Guys, I'm going to remove the wiper arm assembly and motor. Pretty much the only thing that I can remember that you need to take this off is a 1/4 inch ratchet, a 6.8mm socket, and maybe a short extension to get around the motor. I've already got mine partially disassembled because I already started this project before I started taping. If you have it assembled, you have to remove the cowl, and before you can remove the cowl, you have to remove the wiper arm. This is fairly simple to do. If you take a look here, you can see the edge is splined, and there's this little locking mechanism. And if it's locked like this, you can see the notch will sit underneath the splined arm here and lock it into place. So basically you just take a screwdriver, slide it over, and then you can wiggle the arm off. If it's been on there quite a while, it's tricky to get off. So I'm going to remove the bolts here. They may be a little stiff if you've never had this apart before, and I've never had it apart before in this car, so I am fighting with it slightly to get it off. Alright, so something I forgot to explain to you guys, and I forgot about myself. When you pull the motor out, it's been a while since I've taken one of these apart, there's a clip on the back side, and I'll show you a close-up of that in a second. So you take your 3 bolts out, and then you kind of get your motor out. It's like this. You kind of get it out, and you get a flat blade back there. So what this clip does, it holds the arm onto the motor. So you can see like that. It sits over it. It slides on and kind of clips into place. It's got a rubber grommet on it too that's out of place. But that's what holds the arm onto the motor itself. So once you get that off, your passenger side arm should come out easily. One other thing I wanted to mention too is I always have a box of plastic baggies kicking around. This helps me kind of keep my nuts and bolts organized as I work on the car. Alright guys, so I took the last 3 bolts out. Now the arm assembly should slide out this way. You may have to guide it, it may get caught on stuff. Kind of gotta tip it that way. Out she comes. Easier said than done. And there we go. This is the wiper arm assembly. So it sits like this in the car, and your wipers go back and forth. Motor connects here. Now it may come apart, so it comes apart in 2 pieces, or so you can take it apart in 2 pieces. But I'm not going that far with it. I just took it apart in 1 piece. So you actually do have to disconnect this side before you can get the right side of the car arm out. Okay, so you guys can now see that the engine bay is pretty much stripped. I have the strut mount bracket that's got to come off now, and just the fuel lines, and pretty much everything else will be ready for cleanup. I've got to fix the radiator support at the bottom, but that's pretty much the last thing before I can take it out, sand it, and clean it up, spray it, etc. And we should be able to start reassembly here probably within the next few weeks, depending on what's going on in my personal life. So once we get to that point, then it's pretty much a clear shot from there.